So, I guess we're also getting a new Matrix 4 movie, and all I gotta say is I think the first movie was classically golden and could stand on its own. I didn't mind the next two movies, but there were issues in them, and it's really evident. There was a guy who posted a comment down below, and you can see what the issues were. Okay, it goes from and here I'll just scroll down to this comment because it really is okay. Here it is here. Here are some observations by the numbers, and you can go through and you can pick out the first movie. It was like everybody seemed to be white that was in a certain genre cast. All the evil guys were white. All the uh, uh, protagonists were white. You had, at least at the start, and then what you get, all right, and you could go, um, and when you look back on it, considering today's age of all the things going on, you really then see, wow, they really did try to pull one over on us for this film, right? Because, you know, Neo takes the blue pill, Democrat color, to be freed, not a red pill. You know what I mean? They're trying to, you know, and you go down through here, right? And this guy's white, this guy's white, this guy's white, this guy's white, and there's a lot of the whiteness in the first movie. So I think what they did in the second and third film was they completely ditched all these people and this whiteness, and they went, okay, Neo's given a ship called the Logos to a machine city by Captain Aobi, who is black. Morpheus is black, Black Cat. The assistant to the Oracle is black. The Oracle is black. Link is black. Tank is black. Dozer is black. Z Dozer's wife is black. The priestess is black. You begin to see what I just was like, this isn't the same movie. Where did all the white people go? So I guess the white race is all dead except for like five people or three people or something. Uh, yeah, and during the dance scenes in Zion, the only people who appear jumping for joy are black. You go and all this stuff, and it's like I don't know what this part is. It's kind of a silly thing. It just shows some diversity in all the people that they have there, but it does. It comes out really heavy in the second and third movies. That it just was less of a movie about the culture where it came from and more about I don't know, just giving other people some jobs. I guess it didn't wouldn't have them otherwise. I don't know. It was weird. And if you go back and you look at the original Matrix and then you separate it from the other two films, which were made together, right? The second and third was made one right after the other and then released apart. You could have put the two of them together and it would have been, Matrix 2, right? But that was one thing I did notice. Like, I picked up on what this guy's picking up on too, right? Like, and it's. And on top of that, the Wachowski brothers are now sisters. That's right. They both had sex changes. How can this movie, get anywhere in a good place? Keanu, if you're smart, you should not be doing this movie. I'm just sorry, man. You got Cyberpunk coming out. You got, some good things that are going for you. You just don't need this. This. You know, I don't know. That's up to him though. And Carrie Ann Moss, you know, she's come a long way from I guess after the Matrix movies. She got busted for some drugs and other stuff like that, and went through a period of sorting that out. I guess she's done some stuff on Netflix. It didn't seem too bad according to some people, but Neo died. We all know it, okay? And uh, I just don't see how this is just another money grab by people. And Warner Brothers, yeah, These are the people that are the greedy ones. These are the people that used a loophole in the Foreign Temporary Worker Program of Canada when I was sitting there disabled with the local city willing to give me 25 grand to start a business and a year at another $2,000 a month with 9 clients to start with. And what did they do? They brought foreign temporary workers in at less than minimum wage to do 3D special effects and animations for their video games and movies and other projects, which basically, why would you do business with me when you can go do business with them and they'll get it done for you, and just screw everybody, you know. Now, mind you, that loophole later did get closed, but that program still actually exists, and all it takes is a bad government to go and do that. That's why, guys, you wonder why I don't have a million subscribers and or whatever, and I'm not doing tons of stuff. I don't look at it here in Canada as something that might be viable because anytime they could pull this stuff and then you're out of business again, and I just don't have the money to be throwing around at $15,000 pieces of software. Another greedy company called Autodesk, right? And whatnot. While there is Blender, I mean, you just ask anybody who knows anything about Blender and its learning curve. It's just insane. Okay, I still don't see a proper rigging tutorial out there, guys. And I'm yelling at everybody who's involved in Blender. I mean, like, do you want to get 20,000 views on YouTube in a day? Put up a proper rigging tutorial, okay? Because if I have to figure it out myself, I'm not telling anybody because the rest of you have been rather ignorant about me saying something about it. And so therefore I kind of go, well, screw you, you know? And then at the other angle of me, I go, well, why should I sink to that level? And if I can figure it out, I do it, right? Like I'm trying to do everything myself. That's the problem, right? If I had a little team of people to help me out with some things, maybe I'd be a little less irritable about dealing with certain aspects of things, right? And so therefore, it's a question of whatever. But back to this Matrix 4, I just look at how Hollywood's been making movies lately. Can you see this movie doing anything proper? Like, what's Neo gonna do? Come out as a gay guy who wants to be a woman, and Carrie Ann Moss is actually a man, or and like what the hell? I can just not see this being anything fun. So while that one guy did do that post where it has all these things down here, the thing was the movies were fun, okay, to watch. You could get into it and sit there and watch it and not have to worry about all this stuff. But now that we've had X number of years and all this political correctness and all the junk that comes along with it, and we look back at it, we can see that they were already pulling this kind of crap back in these movies, and it's not fair to anybody to uh, you know be this divisive, okay? Right? Like even the architect was white. And he didn't put that in there, I don't think. Like so it's all the white people that are the bad people, eh? A white person's never done anything good, right? It's just and other people never do anything wrong, right? Like it's just it's a movie though, and that's the one thing you could just sit there and you could watch a movie and enjoy it, right? Where the second movie, it began to feel like that political correctness BS. I could feel it because you know when they walk into that bar and it's a goth bar, and it, that is where most of this stuff got born from, right? Is uh, those of us that just didn't feel like part of society, and we went away and we found these computers, and then we started messing with the computers, right? And we found that there were problems, and we shared these problems that we had, and this we get into little groups, and the groups grew, and and whatever else, right? It was a sharing of knowledge that didn't cost us an arm and a leg at a college, okay? And that's another point to make. I'm self-taught in almost everything, okay? I have had education properly in business administration and stuff, but other than that, you know, most of my formal training, even in programming, is self-taught. Although I did take programming courses in college, but by the time I took them, I was already far ahead of where the class would even go. So, yeah, I almost got a job at a college because of that. And there was an old saying a friend of mine said, and it's kind of true and kind of not in some ways. She said that uh, uh, those that do are the ones that make the money, and those that don't teach, right? Okay, and that's part of the thing too. And I was having a conversation with one of these Blender guys, and he says, "Well, YouTube doesn't make us very much money to do all this stuff. I wish I could do this, full time and everything else, and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Well, it, you know, it, it comes down to look at how many subscribers the guy has, okay, and views on things, and if you're getting, you know, a couple $100 every video you do, you got to realize, well, that's fine. Keep doing them. You got to keep pushing. And if you're not pushing yourself to do more and be better or get with, you know, it doesn't take much then to turn around and say, "Hey, I'll help you out. Let's collaborate a little bit here. Let's do this together." And then, if there's some money that gets made, you can have a piece of that. See, I'm not one of these greedy types, eh? That's the thing with me, and that's I know what the money and the corruption from money and all that power and all that it happens, and how people are, and I can tell who a real friend is from someone who isn't. Anyway, I wanted to put this up there just so that people have an idea what how the majority of people are just feeling like this is going to be an awful movie. We'll see.